Hello, I'm Monotheist and I have a Quran here. I believe that there's only one God. I can use Bible, Quran, and any monotheistic book such as Torah, okay, that um, testify that there's only one God. So in universal truth, there's only one God, and that is the God who created everything, the universe, the stars, the moon, the sun, the planets, all things that exist. God is the one who created them. And there is a premise that, or a principle, why is God one? Why? Because God should be one and not two, three, or more. Because this is the principle. Listen to this. If God is powerful enough, God don't need anyone to be powerful enough. Fair enough? So what I mean is, if God is powerful enough, God don't need anyone to be powerful enough. God don't need an intercessor. He don't need God don't need anyone such as um, for me, God don't need angels to 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 send message. Okay? God is God. God is alone. That even though Bible, Quran believe in angels, prophets, and so on and so forth, I respect those beliefs. But there is a bone or a core value or core belief that a monotheism, that there's only one God. I so much respect this book, even though a lot of people don't understand some of the passages inside of this book. But if you look at it in the more mature point of view or perspective, you will see that this book is a good book as the Bible is. Actually, it might be better than the Bible itself. Why? Because this book um, has a original text that preserved by Arabs, which is the language of Arabic. Okay, so um, let's talk about the belief of this book. I have reading this for about a year now, and I read this cover to cover 4 months, and I still reading it. I love reading the Quran. The Quran means the recitation, the reminder, the criterion, means the clarification of the things before, the confusion of the believers before, such as Christians and Jews. For Muslims, this is the clarification. Okay, I love that how the Quran teach about the monotheism. It's pure monotheistic. I love how Quran taught us about Jesus, about the prophets who are just a simple messenger of God. And I love how very clear what is the consequence of the unbelievers and the believers. Believers is for the gardens which have rivers flow. And the unbeliever or the wicked ones are the one that are uh, gone astray, or they are in the lake of fire or hellfire. So it's some people, like in biblical Unitarian Christianity, some of them believe that the lake of fire, the hell, is just a temporary event. They believe in annihilation. Well, the Quran clarifies their belief that there is a hellfire, everlasting fire, that gonna that a place for the wicked ones. And the eternal life, which is the garden, which have the rivers flow, is for those who believe in the one and only true God and the prophets and angels. Okay? So, Bible, Quran believes in angels. Okay? And Quran believes in jinn. For Christians, they understand it as demons. Satan is a jinn, is a kind of jinn, or the name of Satan here is Iblis or Shaitan, means adversary, enemy. Okay, so if you read the Quran, it's very clear what Muslims or what a believer should believe, what a monotheist should believe. You should believe that there's only one God. You should follow the dietary laws, such as don't eat pork, blood, um, anything that offered to idols and not invoked to the name of Allah or in the name of God. Allah means God. In Hebrew, Eloah. In Aramaic is Eli. Eloah, Eli, Allah. It's very similar. Okay? So, I'm not gonna read all of this to you guys, but I encourage you to read this book. Okay? And I love the way it conveys or it testifies the one and only true God. Who is the first and the last, which is the Allah, which is God. And as opposed to the Bible, Jesus also called the first and the last the Alpha and Omega. But here it's very clear in 57:3 that God is the only one who is mentioned the first and the last. 57:3 of the book of the Quran. Al-Hadid, or the iron. Okay? He is the first and the last, the outward and the inward. He has knowledge of all things. So this is referring to the God, the one and only true God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Ishmael, Jesus, Moses, Noah, and so on and so forth. Let's read in verse 1. Everything in the heavens and earth glorifies God. He is the mighty, the wise one. He has sovereign control over the heavens and the earth. He gives life and brings death. He has power over all things. He is the first and He is the last, the outward and the inward. He has knowledge of all things. So this is a good thing about the Quran. It testifies who is the God, the first and the last.